I was listening to the Broadway station on Sirius XM a couple of weeks ago, and I heard the song Empty Chairs. And while it refers to people, what came to my mind was the fact that so many empty chairs and so many places in our environment that once belonged to animals are now gone, and they are consequently empty. The next song, interestingly enough, was Music of the Night, which, following that idea, made me immediately think of Rachel Carson in Silent Spring and the idea of all the missing birds and all the missing songbirds and the consequential destruction of the environment. And then the next song, interestingly, was Everything's All Right. And obviously everything is not all right. So in my own way, the irony of those three songs and how I look at the environment and how we should look at the environment really struck me. And we're going to come back to this point right at the end of today's video. I want to go to the election right now. And since the election, Trump has broken at least 6 of his election promises. And for those of you who voted for him, especially on any one of those 6 promises that he broke, you should be feeling pretty bad right now and really pretty stupid for even thinking that he was going to follow them and honor them. If you look at history, you should not have expected anything differently. His entire history has been one of being a bully and a cheat and someone who has only looked after himself. Selfish, money-grubbing, dishonest, the works. Look at the fraud trial that just got settled for $25 million. There's a reason that that was $25 million. Fraud, dishonesty, selfishness. You should not have expected anything different, and it was really sheer idiocy to expect that, to think that, and to hope for that. And for those of you who try to rationalize it by saying that, well, he's going to be different after the election, or that you wanted something different in Washington, it's not going to happen. The problem has not really been with the executive branch, not at all, especially the last 8 years. The problem is with Congress and the intransigent Republican leadership, particularly someone who's as moronic as Mitch McConnell, in which they absolutely have stopped any progress from being made whatsoever. The Christian right really needs to realize, and that includes these members of Congress, that this is a hands-off planet. And for them to use the fact that it's not a hands-off planet or their Christian beliefs to stop progress, to impose their will and their beliefs on other people that they have no right to, it's totally unconscionable and it's totally unconstitutional. And if Jesus was looking down from heaven, or wherever he might be, he would certainly not approve of the way that the Christians are using the religion as an excuse to foster their beliefs on other people. It is sheer and total hypocrisy, 100%. Okay? That's where everything needs to be fixed. That's where there needs to be term limits. That's where we need to have Congress having the same rules and the same benefits and the same laws so that things like this would not happen. Now, the biggest concern long term is that this administration, this potential new administration, is going to destroy 60 years of progress. 60 years of progress in terms of politics, 60 years of progress in terms of the environment, 60 years of progress in terms of social improvement. That's going to get destroyed. Okay? Now, of those 3, the really critical one, without a doubt, is the environment. We've talked before, and I'll mention it again, and we started with it. We are destroying the planet. And if we destroy and eliminate all the progress that we've made, there's going to be absolutely no recovery. We are physically going to lose our coasts. We are physically going to run out of food. We are physically going to run out of the resources that we need. Okay? This administration is going to be the beginning of the end of this country in social aspects, in environmental aspects, and in every aspect that you could absolutely fear. And the same thing is going to happen with the planet. You must realize this is going to go on, and you must fight to correct it, because it's going to be a disaster, and time is literally running out. To make a final reference on this, if any of you ever read Ender's Game, you remember the creatures that we ended up fighting in the War of the Formics, who absolutely destroyed their planet? We have become nothing more than Formics. And that's a very sad commentary on where we are, where we've been, and where we're going. Thank you.